take that back. The vice mayor does vote on a tie when there are ties involved, but you do not have a vote on all issues. And basically the job of the vice mayor is to run the council, is to actually lead the council, not run it, but lead the council. You lead the council through legislation. You lead the council through the different steps of our duties. You basically run the show. I was asked earlier by a reporter, what issues would I bring forward? Well, I think in the vice mayor's seat, issues are very important, and issues should be concerned and considered by a vice mayor. But what is more important for a vice mayor is not necessarily being a drum major and leading the band for the issue, but making sure that the council legislates those issues properly and moves them forward to fruition and to reality. And that's where I feel that my job is to make that happen, to assist, to have us all moving in the same direction, lockstep. Not always in lockstep, but the final vote being one that is best for the city at that time.
Now, you've also had considerable experience in this position, because I think that most of the meetings for the Metropolitan Council are televised.
Yes.
And I think we've turned on the television set on a number of occasions, and we've seen you actually in the chairperson's position dealing with that, even while you were the council person at large. It seems that there seemed to be quite a bit of support and quite a bit of belief that you can do what you're supposed to do even before this incident.
Well, I chaired Budget and Finance. So Budget and Finance, that meeting is held every Monday before the council meeting. So that is televised, and I do chair that. Then during the budget hearings and the budget process, you're up there a whole lot, because we have a lot of budget meetings up to the final vote. So yes, you saw me a lot during that time. And as President Pro Tem, my responsibility was to fill in for the Vice Mayor in his absence. So you saw me a lot of times filling in for Vice Mayor Stein when he was had to leave the seat for some reason, or when he was not able to be present. So yes, I was involved in the leadership role at those times.
Good, very good. And so in a real sense, as we make preparations for our first break here, and I think we've got about 2 minutes before that break. In a real sense, the vice mayor's position is a position that you're quite familiar with.
Very familiar.
Is that what you're saying?
Very familiar. I'll tell you what, one of the hardest things to do in that position is punching the buttons. That might sound a little funny, but you've got 35 council, really got 40 council members on the floor. And as they speak, you have to punch those buttons, cut them off, and you can't go over 3 buttons, or you have too many people on the system, it gets quiet. And you might think, again, people might be chuckling and saying, oh, pushing buttons, but to do that during the process while you're having to vote and the Robert's Rule of Order and the council running by the rules, sometimes you can kind of get all mixed up and confused. So yes, it takes practice, and I have had it.
And so you've been in that seat before, and you can maneuver and manipulate.
For 2 years, I have sat in that seat.
That's quite a bit of experience to have for that particular position.
Yes, and that's why I feel so comfortable and confident about the fact that I can carry that on.
Okay, and of course we've got about a minute before we have our first commercial break. And when we come back, what I want to do is to, as you've indicated, there might not be any issues as such that might be a part of your platform. And I do think that your ability to be able to deal with the different elements within the council is more of an issue itself. And I think that you've demonstrated that you have that ability. And I want you to give us some examples of what you've been able to do in terms of the budget hearing and some of those other things that could further indicate to our audience what you are all about and why you seek this very, very important position, which was in a real sense simply thrust upon you. And as you've indicated, it was not by your asking, but since the position is there, you think that you're able to fill that position. Of course, we'll do that as soon as we come back in the second segment.